Haze by Kathy Hoopman. Chapter 1. Seb. Seb lay on the trampoline in his sleeping bag, a pillow tucked under his head. Set for the night, he gently bounced his body through the pressure of his feet. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. The rhythm calmed his body a little, but his mind churned. He watched the stars and relieved the evening. It had been the night of the school dance. His mother said he had to go. Just for a little while, Seb, she pleaded. Get away from the computer for a couple of hours. It'll be great, Dad said. A chance to meet some girls. He hadn't seen the way kids these days danced. Bodies melded together, knowing the moves hidden from the teachers, the moves nobody taught Seb. From the second Seb had entered the hall, he knew it was a mistake. There were too many people, too much noise, the music blared. Lights flashed, smell of sweat and band substances. If it wasn't for Guzzle, his friend, since forever, he would have left immediately. Come on, Guzzle urged. Give it a go. Seb stood at the back a long time and observed. He tried to work out the rules, but gave up. It was all too hard. Then he saw Christy, a girl from his class, one of the few whoever said hi. With his stomach churning, he asked her, Would you like to dance? Mistook her grimace for a smile. She was too polite to say no. He didn't know the difference. Danced awkwardly, facing each other for one interminable song, and then she was gone. Stupid nerd, Guzzle yelled later over the music. She can't stand you, can't you tell? Seb couldn't think. No? How can you tell? He asked, feeling stupid again. He knew the feeling well. See the way she looked back at her friends and scrunched up her face? That says she didn't want to dance with you. Seb stared into the darkness. Bounce, bounce on the cold black mat. The stars flickered. Dying suns and asteroids choreographed their own dance in the sky, and Seb watched. Separated from the cosmic display by eons of time and space vacuum. Like my life, Seb thought. There's a world out there I know nothing about, a crazy stream of data that bombards every waking minute of the day. Seb's rocking became more vigorous, his back molded to the firm matting. He tried to thrust away the haze through which he saw life. That warped his perceptions and confused his mind. Rocked on and on into the night, getting nowhere. How was the dance? Seb's mother asked wearily over breakfast. A night on the trampoline was a warning that things were not well with her son. I would have preferred to have read the dictionary. Mrs. Taylor knew Seb was not joking. For a start, he never joked. Well, that wasn't quite true. He had his own sense of humor. No one else quite understood. And secondly, he'd been reading the dictionary every night for a while now. Before that, he read the encyclopedia and the thesaurus. Did you get to the dance? Meet anyone new? Yes and no. Seb got up from the table and walked away. Conversation over. She bit her lip and did not call him back. No point. That had been their longest chat in days. Seb walked to school. He thought he could have caught the bus, but loathed the clamor. Always had to stand because no one would share a seat. Besides, he liked the thud of his feet on the concrete path. Trod heavily for extra rhythm, thumped fence posts as he went. Never stopped for anything, but he slowed as he neared the school gates and readied himself for the day. Breath came faster, throat dry, knew the signs. Could tick them off like a checklist. Everything stiffened, neck, arms, groin, nails dug into soft palm flesh, tearing at the ever-present scabs. It was almost a relief when school came in sight and he saw them waiting at the gate, standing where they usually did, once or twice a week ever since the beginning of the year, day one. How did they know that he was an easy target? As if an aurora followed him everywhere that cried, I am a victim, torment me. The first three letters in dangerous, and don't you forget it, was how Dan introduced himself after he'd spat at Seb that first day. Chalk. Tall and thin and white, pale of skin, pale of eyes, pale of mind. And Kezia. Her beauty hid the dark creature that she really was. Clever, too. Got good grades, behaved in class. Teachers never believed a bad word about her. Why would they? Dan, Kezia, Chalk. Seb knew he was not their only target, but it didn't help when Dan and Chalk tripped him and pushed him and tore his clothes, and Kazia watched, sleek like a cat. And once they'd gone and pushed himself to his feet, face bland, Seb raged at his inability to understand. Why him?